Great farmers, great nation. No farmers, no food. No food, no nation. Welcome to Farmers Moment here on your favorite channel, Sotv. I'm your host, Margaret Edem. Today we'll be talking about an interesting topic. I am not always here alone. I have a beautiful lady. A professor. That's what I call her because she knows the in and out of agriculture. She is an educator. She's also a business entrepreneur. Wow, just for just one person. And she's no other person than Miss Olajimoke Olaji. Welcome, ma.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. So how have your week been?
Very beautiful.
Okay, straight to why we are here. Today we want to talk about agro-business. Can you throw light on agro-business? What is agro-business all about?
Agro-business is a business enterprise that deals with the production. When we talk about production, that means that the process of planting, if you are into crop production, or rearing of animals, and there are various livestock animals too, and the process of processing, storing rather, and also marketing and exportation of agricultural produce and goods. Now, when we talk about the production, you need to weigh the pros and the cons. What do you want to go into? There are various sectors in agriculture. You have animal production, you have crop production.
That's more like the livestock farming.
Yes, livestock farming, stuff like that. If you want to go into crop production, there are various crops. You have the food crops like cassava, like the yam. If you want to go into cash crops like cocoa, rubber, coffee.
Those ones are more like long-term
farming. Yes. And so when we talk about the processing, that talks about after harvesting your produce, what are you going to do with your produce? Is it that you plan to sell off immediately or you plan to keep some? You understand?
Like when you're talking about tomatoes, processing your tomatoes into seeds
and all that.
All those things.
Yes, and maybe into tomato paste. You understand? And so you need to consider that also. The transportation. It involves you transporting the goods because most farms are located in remote areas. Okay. In remote areas, and so before it gets to the final consumer, it's going to take a long time. And so usually it is better that you locate your farm to an accessible market, a good road structure, and all that. So that's just a summary of what agribusiness is all about.
Oh wow! So what are the challenges? Challenges in agro? In everything there's ups and downs. There's advantage, there's disadvantage. So now you're talking about agro business. What are the challenges that I should be expecting, or we should be expecting?
When you want to go into agro business, you need to have a plan, have a structure. Before you do anything, there have to be a structure in place. What do I want to do? Do I want to go into poultry farming? Do I want to go into piggery? Do I want to go into sheep production or goat production? Or do I want to go into planting, cultivation of crops? So, you need to know your areas of interest. Or better still, maybe your own plan could be that you just plan to be buying from the farmers. Those are the producers now, and to resell to the marketers. And so you who now come in as the middleman, you will be the one to pay for the cost of transportation,
logistic
and all that. And so it entails some things, and you have to put it down on pen and paper, know what it's going to cost you, what it will take you, if it's a viable business before you go into it. But I want to assure our audience that agricultural business is a viable business.
I know it is very, very variable. So we don't need to consider climate change when it comes to, should be climate challenges on
Yeah, you should
particular business,
yeah.
particular side of the agro line want to go
Yes,
to.
it depends on what you want to go into. Like if you're planning to go into cattle production now,
Okay, sorry, let's just look at this our environment. We are in Bejuleki.
yes,
So what do you think if I want to venture into agro business? So what will be the first thing being, okay, this is a Bejuleki, this is the climate, this is the area, this is the soil. So
okay.
what would be your advice?
My advice would be that solely around the Bejuleki area, you need to do soil sample analysis. And most
Okay.
of the soils we have here are sandy
That's very,
soil.
very important.
Most of the soils we have here are sandy soil. And
Yeah.
so there are a few crops that can do well on sandy soil. And so if you as a farmer wants to go into crop production, you know that you're going to spend a lot in trying to
Yeah.
like replenish the soil nutrients and maintaining the soil nutrients so that your crops will be able to do well. Or better still, you go into animal production.
That's livestock
Yes,
business.
livestock business. You could go into what's it called? Poultry production. You could go into snary farming.
Oh,
You could go into
wow.
rabbitry or pig farming
How about fish?
and also fish. Yes, fish production is also very good.
But in this environment, do we have more of how to call it, swampy soil land for fish? But I'm
Um,
very interested. I like that
in,
fish part of it.
okay, in some areas, because of the topography of this place, you will
Okay.
see that we have flat land.
Oh,
Most of the land surfaces here are flat. Although you will get to some areas where you have swampy soil. And so in swampy soil, what can do best is maybe rice production, and that's crop, you understand?
okay.
Or you go into having what's it called? A fish pond where you put maybe you want to rear fish and all that, or maybe snary farming very close to that area, some period they do so well there. And so you don't have to go into intensive crop production. But when we talk about areas where we can do intensive crop production, are areas that are very fertile, like in Ogun State,
Oh,
you know,
oh, I've read
areas
about
around Abeokuta, Epe, Ijebu,
Ekiti, all those hard
all
things.
those places.
How about the
Yes,
Ikorodu? When you come to
Ikorodu
Lagos
too,
and talking
yes,
about farm, they'll
Ikorodu,
say go to
yes,
Ikorodu.
Ikorodu too. Their soil is very fertile.
And there's some
It's
like
very
there's a
fertile.
farm estate in Ikorodu
Yes, their soil is
thereabouts.
very fertile. And so you want to go into the business of agriculture. So it's either you're considering the financial aspect of it, maybe
Oh,
what you want to do is just buying and selling like a normal trader. Like you buy from the farmers
from the
and you
farmers.
resell and you supply people. People even do that presently. They go to all these markets, like for example, the market in my shop. People go there, they buy food in bulk and they resell to people. And some goes to they go to the interior in the villages, maybe in Ekpe, in Ogun State, in Ekiti, in Osun, in Ogbomoso, to get the farmers' produce and they resell it and they make their
Well,
profits.
yes, see, in farmers' movement, we are not encouraging them to go and get the after the work. You want
Yes,
everybody to
to
get
be a person.
involved.
Okay,
Let
yeah, a
everybody get
participant.
involved.
Okay,
Let them go through the planning process.
all
So if you're
right.
going to agro business, you think of, okay, am I doing a livestock? Do I want to go into livestock farm? I want to go into crops.
Okay.
We're talking about our environment. We know our soil is so sandy and so on.
Yes,
But when you want to go into fishery, there's other alternative for fishery.
yes,
You can
yes,
get your tarpaulin pond, you can do a
yes,
concrete pond and thereabouts.
yes,
If you're
yes,
going to snail, you have snail
yes,
pens, you can do
yes,
your snail pens. If you're going
yes,
to poultry, yeah, you just have to give them a building. If
yes,
you're doing pig, just build their pens and so on. We
yes.
want people like, we want more Nigerians to get involved into
Wow,
farming,
yes.
not the let me sit in the house
Businessing.
and wait for let farmers
Yes,
finish, let
yes,
me go. Let's go involved so that by then, we have like 60% of us into involved in farming.
yes,
Trust me, to go a long way.
yes.
So we are
So,
trying to sanitize the people about agriculture, that
okay.
there is more to agriculture.
Yeah.
So nobody feel talking about the challenges that is involved in agro business. Okay, like now, Margaret, I want to go into agro business. What
Okay.
are the things that I should like get to know before being? involving myself in the business?
Agriculture is very interesting. It's a very interesting business, but you just have to like define what you want to go into.
Okay.
And in your own definition, you should know that, okay, if I'm going into animal production, it has to be solidly animal production.
Okay.
If I'm going to crop production, that means I have to stay, like in our axis here in the Lake area, I will advise farmers to go into animal production because
Okay.
of the fertility of the soil.
Yeah.
Although there are some crops that can do well on sandy soil.
Yeah, like
All right, like cassava,
groundnut, cassava,
groundnuts, potatoes, and so on. And
wait, funny enough, those crops like groundnut is barely less than 3 months.
months, yes.
Potato is less than 3 months.
Yes.
Pepper is less than 3 months. I know cucumbers
yes.
also grow well.
Grow well,
Cucumber is
yes.
less than 2 months.
Yes.
So you can just get a plot of land and start your agro business, not
Yes.
waiting for you. That will not stop you from doing your white collar job. Though.
Yes, yes.
So you can just do, and the sack farming, you can do your agro business with the sack, irrespective of where probably you're still in an estate that is being interlocked.
Yeah.
You can get sack, you can do your potato, you can do your tomatoes, you can do your pepper, you can do your ugu, and you make money from it.
Yes.
Can make money from it. How has real estate, especially in where we are now, in Lagos State, is really real estate has taken everywhere. Everywhere is real estate. Buy one and take two, buy five and take one. How have they affected agro business?
Agro business, before now, I know that we have a group of agricultural cooperative societies where farmers merge and come together and they form a cooperative society. There is a union of farmers, even in Lagos State.
They're still in existence?
They are still in existence in different states in the federation. But it's just that, getting them together, and a lot of people have lost interest in agriculture.
Oh,
and
wow.
This syndrome of people, going outside of the country. And so we don't have a lot of people going into farming.
So that's a problem.
So that's the problem. And so we are trying to encourage the youth. You can start at your backyard. Now, when you go talk about real estate, we know that one of the basic necessity of man is food, shelter, food is very important. Because if you have shelter, you have the car that you can move around.
You have the clothes and you don't have food.
And you don't have food. It is not balanced.
Yeah.
So it's not balanced. Yes.
That's why we are important.
Yes,
when we say no farmer, no nation.
Yes. And so we need to think of the food aspect. And the reason why we have been experiencing food scarcity in Nigeria, why there's a hike in the prices of food, is because we have low number of people going into the production.
That is it.
And so I believe that the Union of Agricultural Farmers can come and liaise with the real estate owners. Like, for example, there are some estates that are just lying fallow.
They're just fallow.
Nobody has started building yet. They can use that land to cultivate. It will come, they will put pen on paper,
like
come
a win-win
to an agreement.
Thing.
Yes. For 3 months, I want to cultivate cassava. I want to cultivate pepper. Is it tomatoes? That way we reduce, the scarcity in the land. And again, this real estate taking over agriculture, it won't happen. Because when you're in agreement, there are some land that they just want to over the years, just acquire
and keep.
It's not every one of them that they go into residential building immediately.
You walk into a place, or most of the real places in our environment, and you're seeing fallow land. You just walk a mile or you drive a mile, you're seeing fallow lands all over. And then somebody around there is coming to me oh, ma, I'm hungry. And I'm like, you're hungry? There's fallow land here that you can do something like even your beans, even ugu. And ugu, it's like that. I demand for ugu. There's no how you plant your ugu. That I read an article about ugu that you can make 13 million from ugu. Just planting of ugu. You know how simple ugu is. And you start investing your ugu in less than how many weeks, and you're making money from, and you grow your ugu in the space of 1 year. You're making, if you use 2 acres of ugu in the space of 1 year, you're making 6 to 13 million. depending on how you're doing it.
Yes,
And then we
yes.
have fallow lands everywhere. And we have some of the, should I quote it, jobless youth? who are still going for interview, who are still hoping to get,
to get it done. Now,
ah,
can I just chip in something here?
yeah,
Most of our youths, they believe that farm work is tedious, is something that you sweat a lot for and all that. Forgetting that that's just one aspect of it. You can get laborers that will help you to cultivate. If somebody has an acre of land, I'm talking about 6 plots on the
yeah.
minimum. You can't do the job by yourself. I need to get
I think
laborers
we
that
have
will
herbicide now, we have insecticide.
exactly. You
So
can
you
get
can use your herbicide if you don't want to sweat. You use
yes,
your
you can
herbicide after 1 week,
exactly.
you return back to the land and burn it. Then use your
Mhm.
insecticide to kill the
Yes,
insects.
yes. And you cultivate
And
your
you
crops.
cultivate your
And you
crop.
don't have to do this long-term farming process. Just
Exactly.
cultivate crops that will like last for 3 months. The green vegetables is there, like the spinach, like
Yeah.
what is it called? Ugu, like you mentioned, like water leaves, and so on and so
And
forth.
water leaf is not okay,
Even
maybe in our
cucumber,
environment. Yeah.
it will do so well. And people eat vegetables, people buy. If you go to the market now, what we usually buy for like half the price is what they are selling to us.
Potato
Like,
is like a substitute for yam. Yam is
yam,
expensive, but
exactly.
you
But
can do
potatoes,
potato
yes, potatoes
less than 3 months. If you're going
exactly.
for yam, yam is like 9 months
Yes.
or 1 year, depending
And
on the
our
species.
youth shouldn't wait until you get a piece of land. You can do what we call the sack farming.
Yeah.
Get to a place, all you just do is get to a place,
I think you should show more light on the sack farming. So
that,
somebody might be asking us, people have been talking about sack farming. What is sack farming? Sack farming, it can just be your cement bag. Oh. That one
yes,
where cement bag. You can just wash it. Look for a good
yes,
loamy soil
yes,
and
and
keep it
pour it
as just pour
inside.
it inside.
Yes, to a certain level in the
Yeah.
sack, and make sure that it's all the sack that has air spaces,
Yeah.
because our crops, they breathe.
Yeah.
They go through the process of photosynthesis and so on and so forth, and the roots too, they need to breathe so that it will grow. And so when you get your sack after washing, then you fill it with soil sample. You get loamy soil. In fact, better still, go to the all those fallow ground, get those dark soils,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
dark soils. You can get sandy soil
Which you
around
can
that.
get it anywhere.
Yes, you can get our sandy soil around this place, put it at the base. Now top it with all those dark soils, and put your manure. Your manure can come in form of the cow dung or the poultry droppings. You put it on it, wet it. After a week, then plant your crops. Then you keep on watering, put it in a shady place where, put it in a place where it will have direct sunlight. And when it rains, it will not be like, it will not become waterlogged. So
Then
all those
where
things,
children will not go and play with
play
your
with it,
crops.
yes, so that you don't go and
Where
play with
children will
it.
not go and see like toy.
Yes,
So you will
yes,
not wake up one morning and say, what happened to my pepper? I can
exactly,
imagine.
exactly. That's also one important fact
So
that
you
we
have
need
to
to
let children know
consider.
that no, 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 no,
No,
no,
this
no,
is not
no.
a play. Yes,
Oh wow, what an interesting moment.
yes.
So see, Sister Jimoke, what is your advice like to the government? How will they come and enhance agro business in Nigeria or in Lagos State?
Now, the government has been trying for some years now, although it's not known to the public. They have been giving out grants.
That's what I want. It's not known to the because I wanted to ask you. Me, I never hear government. The
They
last
have
time I
been,
went to Ekpe, I was called. Come, government are coming today. But I said that's very early in the morning. I was
wow,
there.
wow.
When I went there, the whole place was just like the whole Ekpe and Ibadan too. I said this was for Agro. Before I know, madam, what's the occupation? He said I'm a stylist. What's a stylist doing here in an agricultural?
No,
I know after writing my name today, they've not called me. So I don't know which one again.
when we are encouraging people can
Okay.
also be from different professions, and
Oh.
they can delve into agriculture too,
Oh wow.
because we want as many people to go into the production. So the more
Okay.
people we have, the more food
So
we
the
have.
stylist can shut their shop and come and
No, we
do
are not saying that. We need to take our head.
I'm just putting
And
your
we need
leg.
to do that. Yes. But the thing is just that governments have been playing some roles over the
Okay.
years, but we will also plead with them to do more.
They should.
They should do more. They should
increase
increase their efforts. They are trying. We know there are other sectors in the economy that they need to, give attention to. But agriculture is also very, very important. It's very important in the sense that they can support farmers with seedlings. They can give grants to farmers. They can even, subsidize some of these our agricultural implements and tools that we use. And such ways it will even encourage the youth. I know that Nigerian youths are not lazy.
No, we are not.
We are not
no,
lazy.
we are not. Not at all.
We are not lazy.
We are not.
The fact of the matter is that
they
people
need
have a lot of
manpower,
ideas, but they need manpower.
They need manpower.
They need something that will,
push them.
motivate them to do the work. And so this is where the government will come in. They will give us grants, farmers or those interested in agriculture, and they will follow it up. You understand?
It's very important.
If you are securing, if you are getting a grant, like now, if I plan to get a grant, I'm going into full-time agriculture. I will ensure that I go into that full agriculture. It's not that you collect the money, diversify it into another form of business entirely,
and not the agriculture.
And so that's one of the challenges that we have been facing. And so the government too can also come up with policies, especially in areas where we have fertile soils in Nigeria. There should be some demarcated places that will be allocated to agricultural production solely in order to enhance massive food production. We need to have food in the land. Food is very expensive. And it's one of the essential commodities. People need to feed. And it's not just feeding, we need to feed well. We need to eat the right thing. We need to eat the right
balance
food.
Our diet.
We need to balance, exactly, thank you. We need to balance our diet. So all these things are the things that the government can do for us. They can help us with subsidies, with grants. They can help, union of farmers coming together. They give them supplements. They give them fertilizers.
Insecticide. This our area. Challenge is termites.
Yes, we have
termites. A lot of termites. So it discourages a lot of crop farmers because by the time you put your yam, before you know, termite has taken over and all those things. We should help us with insecticide and herbicide.
And so we need all that from the government and also encouragement and support. The youths are willing to work. They are willing to do the needful, but they need the motivation. They need to be supported and they need the encouragement. We have massive land that is just lying fallow and we are not using it for anything. I am of the advocate that we should go into agricultural production. If you want to go into livestock farming, you want to go into crop farming.
You can also do integrated farming.
Yes, you can also do integrated farming. And if you want to go into the processing of agricultural produce, like people that have acres of land that they planted cassava, after harvesting their cassava, you can collect it and process it and make it into gari, into starch, into other fufu and all that. And people buy.
And there's cassava chips.
Yes, and one of the guarantees that I want to assure our audience is that agricultural business is a viable business.
Very, very.
You will not have any regrets.
I can beat my chest.
You will not have any regrets. You will make your money.
Yeah.
You will make your money. And it's just that the government should also help us with the power supply. Power supply is very, very important.
Yeah.
In order for us to store our food produce, you understand, when we have a large storage units, where we put all these things. Exactly. So we need to have constant power supply.
Now that
when we have constant power supply, a lot of things will take shape. There are people who will stop complaining of hunger in the land. We know that presently there's inflation, but a lot of things could be curbed when there is government support for agriculture.
There's this thing I usually say that a lot of people tend to use their youthful age, work in a white collar job, which I'm not against it. Then at long run, maybe they spend their early age, when they get to 60, they retire and go back to the village to farm. Can you throw money? Because I'm like, I think we should just turn it the other way around. You can also use your youthful age to also go into farm. You can use it to plan your retirement.
Exactly.
You can also plan your retirement. There are some crops that you can go into to help you plan your retirement, like all those cash crops like cocoa, like palm fruit, like other things. You can also use it to plan your. And there's another one I used to tell you. When it comes to plantation, you can use it to plan your life. For those of us that are not married, that are saying, okay, till I have money, that small money where you can get a plot of land or 2 plots of land and start plantation. It's like a life business. By the time you start, let me put it this way: when after proposing to the girl, 2 months to your wedding, you plant your 2 months after your wedding, you plant your plantain.
Yes.
9 months after your wife has given birth, the plantain is ready. You can get money from there for pampers.
Yes.
Trust me, you get money from there to pay school fee. Yes. You get money from there to do every other thing. Exactly. So there is more to agro business.
Yes. There's so much agro business.
So much.
Can I throw more lines?
Yeah, you can.
Concerning our people retiring and going back into agriculture, you can do it alongside. It can be a side business. You understand? It's just that it comes with some commitment, some level of commitment. But that's notwithstanding, you can start from where you are. Like, for example, I'm an educator. I'm also an agricultural consultant.
Yeah.
I'm also a business entrepreneur.
It's like it's swale for you, no? A strong woman.
If you're making me shy. So the truth of the matter is that I do my agri business. I do it sidelines,
See?
I have a place where I rest.
If Miss Jumoke can do it, so Margaret can do it.
Any other person can do
Margaret can do
it. So
it.
you can start from wherever you are. Just start, like she said, a young couple, you could have a place where you plant. And at the same time too, you can meet landowners, people that just have land lying down fallow. Ask for their permission. Sir, ma'am, please, I want to do this. I hope you will permit me. They will ask you not to use their, because usually people are skeptical and they are scared in this way that let you not go and take it. Don't let this person not go and take over my
experience. You don't blame them experience.
So with experience,
But you can be your lawyer. The both of you can be your lawyer. Just sign period of time, 5 years, 3 years, and so on.
And you're done with it. And you make your money. And you can get your own place.
It was really a nice moment with you.
Thank you so much.
Anytime we are on, anytime farmers moment are on, it's always a wow. Because it's like an eye opener, and you're coming out and you're like, what was I doing all these years? Exactly. Thank you so much, Ms. Jumoke.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much for having me, Margaret.
So you're looking forward to host you again.
Thank you. I'll be looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Viewers, listeners, it was just a wow. Time did not permit us. We'd have just go on and on and on and on and on and on again. It was really an interesting moment. Ms. Jumoke was there to throw more light on agro business. You don't even need to wait for white collar job. You can do something even in your interlock estate. You can go into sack farming, back farming. You can do your potato, you can do your ugu, you can do a lot. Wow. So looking forward to see you next week with another interesting topic. Stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us on Sotv on all our social media handles. Stay blessed.